listening to the Abolitionists Roundtable, patriotic Black American conservative all-access radio, with your hosts, Del, Phil, and Janice. They're leading the charge in advancing the conservative revolution. Join the conversation at 734-822-1600.
All right, we're back, folks. Thank you for joining the Abolitionist Roundtable. If you'd like to join the conversation, give us a call at 734-822-1600. Again, I want to just say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. If you're not a father, you still have next year. You still have time to become a father. Yeah. Look at mama, say, Mama, I still got time. You can be a father next year. Next year we can be saying Happy Father's Day to you too. And if you're not a father at all, I want to say Happy Father's Day to your father, Dan, because you still had to have a father, because there's still a process that we have to, nature has a process where we reproduce each other, and that's that process through a man and a woman. That's the process. I'm sorry, folks, that's the process. That's how nature designed that process, and nature's God designed that process. So I want to just, before we go any further, I want to do a quote. I had a couple quotes, Father Day quotes here. The lost one. Well, I'm going to let Phil say something, and then I'm going to give you a couple of Father's Day quotes. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, while you're looking for the quotes, I got a great idea for a gift.
Nice.
Take your father and buy him an AR-15 while you still can.
That's right.
And if you don't do that, if you don't go that far, take him and get him a lifetime membership in the NRA.
You know what?
I think everybody ought to go out and join the NRA.
Yeah, that sounds like that's a very good suggestion there, Phil. Yeah, take up Phil's suggestion. Yeah, go buy your father go buy while you still can. Absolutely. And again, it's to protect. You know, Phil, I misplaced my Father's Day quotes, but I'm gonna do a couple of Father's Day quotes here in a little bit. But
well, here's a good Father's Day quote.
Yeah, go. Thank you.
Dad is a son's first hero and a daughter's first love.
Yes.
And that is so true.
Yeah,
so
that
true.
is. Wow, that's awesome right there. All right, you know what? On The View, The View, they kind of out there. And Whoopi, Whoopi Goldberg always have something that's it. She would do anything that she can to protect, because she want to make sure that Muhammad Ali, which is Cassius Clay. I don't call him Muhammad Ali, and I apologize. With Cassius Clay, because he put himself in bondage because that was a freed name, and he was in a free society, and he was free. And because the Republican Party made sure he was free, they amended that Constitution. There was 600,000 men that died. So the matter of fact, I'm trying to figure out, Phil, why did blacks go back to the Democrat Party, and they were the party that did all this to people, right?
Because they went back to Africa. They started.
When they call their name, when they hyphenate their name, they decided to put themselves back in Africa.
It was 600,000 Americans died to free black Americans and put them out of slavery and made them citizens of this country, gave them citizenship, and all of their progeny, all of their ancestors, not ancestors, but all of their
posterity. I think it's called
posterity.
Posterity. There it is. I apologize. I said posterity. It's posterity.
And they took them out of slavery and gave them citizenship. And what did they do? They turned around and said, "We want to be Africans."
Well, you see,
call ourselves African American.
It's like Frederick Bastiat said, I've studied Frederick Bastiat recently. I'm fascinated by his work. And he said that there's two kinds of ways of gaining wealth. One is to work for it, and one is plunder. That is taking the wealth of someone else. How do you stop plunder? You make it more painful than work, because work is painful. I don't like getting up and going to work, but I do it, and so I have the fruits of my labor. I go home and I'm happy with what I own and where I can go and what I do. But if I was able to steal someone else's wealth,
that's right,
easier than I am able to make my own wealth, that's when people decide that they're going to become welfare people, welfare babies, welfare generations.
As a matter of fact, this administration, they created this the Unaffordable Health Care Act, and what they're doing is they subsidize it.
Exactly.
If you can't afford it, we'll subsidize it. So what we'll do is we'll tax you more, your money. We'll tax your money a little bit more.
Right.
And
exactly. Plunder. No, that's exactly
we'll
right.
subsidize your health care plan for you. You can't afford it, don't worry about it. You don't mind being taxed a little bit more, and then we're going to subsidize that. And that will put you in bondage.
And it keeps going and going and going. There's a commercial running right now that says that you can get internet for $9.99 if your child qualifies for some special government lunch program. So again, we're paying for the lunch, and now we got to pay for the internet, and this is all done in the name of
and the people
fairness.
are buying.
Well, actually, what the Democrats are doing is they buying votes. They know that once they get you attached to that program, you're going to fight. Oh, boy, you're going to fight for that social program.
Now they're admitting it.
And
but
you're going to vote, and you're going to vote the rest of your life for the party that's going to keep subsidizing that social program for that internet.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I've noticed that, we talk about it all the time, creating wealth.
Yes.
It's not being done for anybody on welfare because they have to voluntarily give up their ambitions of being any kind of close to wealthy in order to qualify
to continue
for
to qualify for the programs. That's right, and that's exactly why the fathers left the homes, because a father couldn't be there making a productive living and have the wife keep pumping out babies and getting welfare.
And I want to get to Ryan again, because have you seen his agenda?
No, I haven't.
His agenda on in there, he says that he wants to create a program for work.
Was he want to create a program
for jobs, right?
For jobs, okay, a jobs program.
And then, but he's going to put the work component back into welfare. Now, the only thing I can tell you is to announce that he's trying to torpedo national election, because as many people that are on welfare now, you talk about cutting that and making people go back to work after they've been on welfare for 8 years.
They subsidizing.
What are they going to call him? They're going to call him every racist that they can think of.
And that's what President Reagan was up against. He called, at the time we just had massive social programs, but then we had Clinton that came in that vetoed it 3 times, but finally got it through.
And that's why there's a lot of reluctance on the part of black Americans to vote for Clinton. I'm gonna call them African Americans because that's
what they call it.
But that's the reason why they're having a hard time voting for Hillary, because they say it's because so many black people got put in jail for the extra sentences and that
3-strike law.
I'm gonna keep
bringing that up.
But you don't hear anybody saying anything about him forcing that work component on people. But that's what it is. Now, if you talk about reinitiating that work component, because that was the first thing that Obama did when he got in office, was to remove the work component out of the welfare.
You know what? I just decided I know who Hillary Clinton should pick for her vice presidential candidate.
Oh, I can't wait
Paul
to
Ryan.
hear this.
Paul Ryan. Now with him saying he's going to sue Donald Trump. For the Muslim ban on bringing illegal immigrants, or in fact, you know what? It's not even just the refugee resettlement program that's the problem. There's all kinds of legal programs that are bringing people into this country.
They're bringing 1 million legally in every year.
Have no business being here. They have no allegiance to America or our values. And now we've got Paul Ryan
and
helping the Democrats.
And the biggest component of that is their adherence to Sharia law. That's right. That's the way you can single them out.
Wait a minute. You said that you can't say anything. The Homeland Security said that we need to reject using words like jihad and Sharia. That's your Homeland Security. Matter of fact, here, let me read another headline. This is from Breitbart, and it says Obama administration surge agenda threaten U.S. with 100 Syrian refugees per day. So he went out and said that what he's going to do is, this is from the Hill too, Obama vowed to speed up the effort to admit Syrian refugees. You notice that
where's Paul Ryan at suing him?
Yeah, so I have no idea. And so in the midst of all this, just what's going on, and I agree, we should all agree that we should have a moratorium. That's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
To have a moratorium on just all immigration.
But you know what? Nobody,
all immigration.
Trump never said anything about banning anybody.
He did never use that
They
word.
are the ones that put that up. The media and the Democrats are the ones that started that ban stuff. Okay? And then, of course, the Republicans had to join in and start calling people racist because he said that he would like.
Well, now we're not going to say all Republicans. Let's put it on.
No. I said Paul Ryan.
Yeah, Paul Ryan
was one of the first ones
one
to
of the
speak
ones,
out.
and then we got to also mention
Mitch
last
McConnell.
week, Mitt Romney, because that was disgusting.
Yeah, Mitt Romney. Yeah.
I found that very disgusting. Here, I want to read something. This again, this is from the Washington Times. This is a constitutional professor, so-called constitutional professor. And this is something I just want to read. Something he said. I'll find it in a minute. But I wanted to mention the university that he's a professor at. He wrote an article in Rolling Stone magazine. He's a law professor, and he said that I teach the Constitution, and Drexel University in Philadelphia.
And who's that we're talking about?
And
what's his name?
Professor.
Well, I get his name in a minute,
okay.
but this is he said I revere one thing he said the founders had it wrong about the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
The founders had it wrong. So now we've been under this. The founders had it right about the Constitution because we've been under that. No other country on the planet has been under a Constitution longer than America.
That's right.
And also has brought themselves to the status of America. But he said, but this is what's telling about. His name is David. His name is Constitutional wrote David. This guy. That's the guy that wrote. His name was David S. Cohen. But then he said this right here. I revere the document when it's used to further social justice and making our country a more inclusive one.